I'm Jonathan Coachman, and this is Super Bowl Sunday on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a great one on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the Kansas City Chiefs. With that, it's time for Super Bowl 54, and we'll send you now to Miami, standing by to call their fourth Super Bowl together. Here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach. Well, the road ends here. It has been a wild, often unpredictable 2019 season. And now it's time for the greatest spectacle in all of sports. Super Bowl 54 from Miami. You know, this town has played host to 10 Super Bowls in the past. And tonight, we write chapter number 11. And what a matchup we've got. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Kansas City Chiefs taking on the NFC champions. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, happy to be with you. And Charles, many had ordained the Kansas City Chiefs to be the best team in the NFL coming into the season, and now here they are, one game away from their first Super Bowl title since Super Bowl IV 50 years ago.
And we'll get to that in just a minute, but how about this? This is their fifth straight playoff appearance. They went to overtime with New England in the AFC title game last year. Remember, they were down big at the half, came all the way back and had a chance to win, lost in overtime. Finally climbed that mountain and got back. And do you remember Super Bowl IV against Minnesota? Remember Hank Stram as their coach? On the sidelines, mic'd up for the first time. That really gave us a lot of what we have now with NFL films. What a terrific performance by that Kansas City team, and they blew away the Vikings in that game.
Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they are back again in the big game. It's their fourth appearance, but all coming since the year 2000, Charles.
They've been in it 3 times total, right? Lost 2 prior, right? Lost once in Detroit to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Remember, Mike Holmgren was the head coach of that team. And then they lost that heartbreaker to the New England Patriots when Russell Wilson was picked off. But the win, oh, it was magnificent. That was back in the New York, New Jersey metropolitan area, Super Bowl 48. And remember, they just rolled over the Denver Broncos and Peyton Manning in that one. They'd like to have that kind of performance again in this one.
The first Super Bowl of a new decade, Super Bowl 54, is underway. This one taken from the 7. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. That one going to be complete to David Moore. A huge play there right off the bat, and even 50 yards. That's some early fireworks on the first play from scrimmage.
The last fireworks I saw, July 4th, okay? Here they are celebrating the start of this game the exact same way. Explosive right out of the gate.
Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. He'll find Metcalf. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down. A chance for the first score of this Super Bowl. Here's 1st and goal. This is Carson. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Carson, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And on the grandest of stages, with the whole world watching the Super Bowl, they come out and get the first points.
I don't know how you feel about Brandon, but for me, watching the beginning of the Super Bowl, I've often wondered how come it's not just a fumble fest? How come the ball's not all over the place? The nerves, the interim in between of the 2 weeks waiting for the game. But this team came out and handled it just like it was a regular season walk in the park. Terrific start.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll run on first down. Carson. Darren Lee there to get him down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Flying in to blow that play up, Alex Okafor. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. And this is complete to Moore on the comebacker. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10, mark it down at the 9. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down. On third down, it's Carson. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and he will not be denied. Into the end zone, touchdown Seahawks. Chris Carson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Then he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad?
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. Wilson now off the bootleg. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Now Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 12 yards and a Kansas City first.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mahomes. Well, they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Not that time for Watkins.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Wilson wants to throw it. And he's got the hook up to Moore. It's a big play there for Seattle. 42 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Throwing is Wilson. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And it is now 21-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. To throw on 2nd and 10. Mahomes looking again for Watkins, and this time that's complete. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Now Mahomes to the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time, but it'll be 2nd and goal. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Here's Mahomes to throw. That is caught by Williams for a Kansas City touchdown. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass, and the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. And this is going to be taken in by the Seahawks. And it would appear they're on their way to victory now. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did it. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off near the 29. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
The throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the... to throw. It's Mahomes. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. If they're going to have a shot in this Super Bowl, they're going to need this one on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. And the Seahawks are the class of the NFL. Seattle wins the Super Bowl. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all offseason, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. And what a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing